Okay, so yesterday we have completed unit number 4, that is MOS transistor theory. Now from this lecture we are going to start with the new unit, that is unit number 5, CMOS logic design. Okay, so basically in this unit what we are going to discuss, so these are the contents related to this unit. So first we are going to discuss about the logic values. Okay, whatever the different logic levels that we can design, because see, for if you consider a transistor logic, or if you consider uh, PTL logic, that is the pass transistor logic, so for each and every logic family there are certain what we can say predefined logical levels, right? For transistor logically, how or for which voltage level you can say it's a logic 0, and for which voltage level you can say it's a logic 1. So for each different type of your logic or logic family, there are certain predefined logic value, that is for the logic 0 and that is for the logic 1, right? For each and every logic, if you consider a CMOS logic family, then there will be a different. If you consider a PTL, then there will be a different logic levels for the logic to represent a logic 0 and logic 1. So that we will going to understand. Then encoder bits, right? Then logic gates, again we will revise some of the uh, basic logic gates, that is AND gate, OR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, right? And its truth table, that we are going to discuss. Then logic families, right? So some of the part we have already discussed in unit number 4, but again we are going to discuss that what are the different logic families that are available. Be transistor logic family is available, PTL pass transistor logic family is available, then CMOS logic is available. So what are the different logic families that we are going to discuss? Then here we are going to talk about the MOS transistor, right? So basically the working of the MOS transistor, what are different region of operation, what are its different conditions, its mathematical equations. So all this point we have already covered in the previous unit. So again in a very short or in a brief we are going to discuss this MOS transistor. Then after MOS transistor we will talk about the CMOS inverter, right? uh, as you know, right, the complementary MOS transistor, that is CMOS, it is already made up of a PMOS as well as NMOS, that's from the CMOS. So we are going to discuss the CMOS inverter, then its electrical characteristics, that means VI characteristics, then power consumption analysis of the CMOS circuit, then pull up pull down network, then DC analysis or characteristics of the CMOS inverter, then beta ratio, switching characteristics of the CMOS inverter, then some of the example or CMOS logic gates and its examples, right? And its implementation also using its Boolean equation. So these are the contents that we will be discussing throughout this unit. Okay. Now, the first part of this unit is a logic values. Okay. Logic values. Now, as you know, there are only two types of logic values, a logic 0 and logic 1, right? As compared to the analog, you can have the different what we can say different levels of the voltage, but in case of digital you have only either logic 0 or either logic 1. There is no third logic, right? So basically logic 0 or 1 is called as binary digital or BIT, right? So it's a binary digit. 0 or 1 is a binary digit, or it is called as bit, bit. That means single bit, either 0 or 1. Then okay, this is for the digital design or to understand the digital logic. But in case of different technology or in case of uh, different what we can say, the technologies that we are using in a digital design, then what this actually zero and what this actually, or what this logic zero means, that means how much level in case of analog, and what it is logic 1 is associated with in case of analog circuit. So if you talk about a relay, if you talk about a relay logic, then in that case logic 0 means circuit is open. That means there is no connection between the circuit. In case of relay logic, if you say logic 0, that means what? Relay is open. If you say logic 1, that means what? Relay is closed. That means circuit is closed. Now, in case of CMOS, so basically 0 is between 0 to 1.5 volt, right? It can be any value between 0 to 1.5 volt. That is for the CMOS logic. Uh, That is for the logic 0 in case of CMOS logic. Now, what it is logic 1 in case of CMOS logic? The value ranges between the 3.5 to 5 volt, right? That means in case of CMOS, if you want to represent logic 1, then its equivalent value in terms of voltage will be 3.5 volt to 5 volt, right? 3.5 volt to 5 volt. Now, what about the TTL logic, transistor logic? Then in case of transistor logic, the logic 0 will be from 0 to 0.8 volt. 0 to 0.8 volt. In case of logic 1, its ranges from 2.5, or sorry, 2 to 5 volt, right? I'm talking about the transistor logic. Its value in case of logic 1, it ranges from the 2 volt to 5 volt. Then fiber optics. In case of optical communication, how you can see logic 0 and logic 1? So in case of optical communication, logic 0 means there is no light. That means light off. And logic 1 means there is a light, right? If you this concept you may have studied in the your optical communication subject. There is a train of optical pulse. That means whenever there is a no light, we are treating that part as a logic 0, and whenever there is a light, we are treating that part as a logic 1. That means 0 means what? There is a light off, and 1 means what? There is a light on. Then for 0 there is a no light. That means 0 voltage, and for light on there will be a some sort of light intensity, right? So in case of fiber optics, you can treat logic 0 and logic 1 as a light off and light on. Then in case of dynamic memory, how you will treat? So in case of dynamic memory, the capacitor discharged, it is the logic 0. That means there is no charge in the capacitor. That you can call it as a logic 0. And in case of logic 1 and in case of digital memory, the whenever there is a capacitor gets charged, then you can say it's a logic 1. That means capacitor discharged, it is logic 0 in case of dynamic memory we are talking about. And for the logic 1, you can say capacitor is charged in case of dynamic memory. Then what you can say about the non-volatile or erasable memory? Whenever there is a electrons trapped, then you can say it's a logic 0. When there is electrons released, that means there is some sort of current flowing, or what you can say, voltage transfer, then you can say it's a logic 1. For a bipolar read only memory, if fuse is blown, that means if fuse is open, then it's a logic 0. And fuse is intact, that means fuse is closed, then it's logic 1. Same in case of magnetic tape or disc. When there is a generation of flux, or there is a what you can say no flux, you can say it's a logic 0. And whenever there is a flux direction to the south pole, it's a logic 1, and for the north pole it's logic 0. That means alternate, right? As you are aware of the magnetic tape, so whenever it is flux directing to the north pole, it's a logic 0. When the flux direction is towards the south pole, it's a logic 1. Same in the case of your compact disc, that is CD. Whenever there is a no pit, it's logic 0. Whenever there is a pit, it's logic 1. Okay, so you might have studied this, you might be studying this construction and working of CD in your MCT subject, multimedia and communication technology. So there you can get this concept betterly, right? So whenever there is no pit, it's logic 0. Whenever there is a pit, it's logic 1. So this is about the logic values related to the different technologies that are available, right? This is what the logic related to different technologies. Now we will talk about the encoding bits, right? So what actually this encoding bit means? So basically this information can be encoded in analog system either using current or voltage or phase or frequency, right? Because see, analog voltage have only these four parameters. Either it can have some current waveform, its voltage waveform, its phase, its frequency. Because what about AC signal? How you are going to what we can say, measure the parameter of AC signal? Peak to peak voltage, that means voltage will be there. Its phase, at what angle it's the wave is progressing, so its phase. And of course its frequency, right? Its frequency. So these are the basic parameters to identify the analog system. Now in case of digital system, there are only two voltage level, 0 and high. That means 0 will be equivalent to the logic 0 and high it is equivalent to the logic 1. Whenever the signal close to the ground, you can say it's a logic 0 or low signal. Whenever the signal is close to the VCC or whatever the highest supply voltage that you have given, then you can say it's a high or logic 1. Again, for different technologies, as we have discussed now, there are different voltage ranges for the logic 0 and for logic 1. But the thing is what? The voltage nearer to the 0 in any case or in any technology, we are treating it as a logic 0 or low voltage. And the voltage which is very near to the VCC or the maximum voltage that you have given, we are treating that voltage as a high voltage or logic 1, right? So this will be about the encoding bits. Now positive logic and negative logic, right? Now for positive logic, the high will be treated as 1, that means logic 1, and the low will be treated as logic 0, right? Low will be treated as logic 0. Now we are using this positive logic convention in for our discussion, right? That means 0 meant for logic or low logic, and 1 or logic 1 means for the high logic. Okay, so you have to remember this terminology. What about negative logic? Exactly opposite. For 0 you are taking it as a high logic, and for 1 you are taking it as a low logic, right? So this is about the positive logic and the negative logic. Okay, now next point of our discussion, it is logic gates. Okay, next point of our discussion is logic gates. So we will discuss this point into the next lecture. Okay, so today we have discussed about the introduction of the unit, then the basic what we can say, logic 1 and logic 0 comparison for the different technologies, right? Then what do you mean by encoding the bits, and positive logic and the negative logic. So these points we have covered in today's lecture. In next lecture we are going to discuss in about the logic gates. So if you have any doubt or query, you can ask me right now.